The Rockets. For the hometown crowd here in downtown Houston, Texas. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. The Houston Rockets coming to this one after a win against the Charlotte Hornets.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
It felt like the louder the crowd got and the more hostile they were, the more together this team played. So it worked out nicely.
Shot clock at 3. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. Tonight, two great backcourts facing off. Brent, how often do you get caught up in a showdown with another guard?
Well, for me, it didn't happen all that much, Kevin, unless I was playing John Barry. Now I got fired up.
I get you.
I think it's amazing when you have these matchups during the regular season and you look at maybe the rhythm of some of these guys coming into the game. Elite point guards, they have the ball in their hands. Sometimes they get caught up in that mano-a-mano duel. And as a two-guard or somebody else playing with that player, it's really fun to watch.
You got to check yourself, though, don't you? You got to stay within the bounds.
Oh, there's no doubt that you still want to win the basketball game, but there are moments and minutes where their talent takes over, and that's when the show begins.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Brent, Montrezl Harrell out of Louisville came into the league as an energy player, but he can score as we're seeing in bunches.
Well, I think with starters minutes, he might give you a few 20-point nights, but mostly his impact has been huge with energy and effort coming off the bench, in constant motion around the rim, and a great finisher as well.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Down low. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. LeVert grabs the miss. Heat on offense. Down low. Harris. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Harris has got his first bucket of the night.
I'm not the biggest player out there, but Tobias Harris confident to get down low, use his frame, and score.
Here's Curry. Back to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. The Rockets with another miss.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Now Rose. After Chris Middleton missed from long range.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. That 3 off the mark.
Well, the defense better look up and say thanks. Leaving guys that wide open is not a recipe for success.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Here's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
No, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
That's in there. Conley with the assist. 6 points for Montrezl Harrell.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Now here's Curry. There's Rose with the 3. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Curry. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. To the wing right side. Drops in the layup for two. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
So many ways for Steph Curry to score on the inside. Floaters, runners, fadeaways, offhand. He's got it all.
Well, Brent, the Heat with an experienced front office and one of the best young coaches in the league in Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo has done a remarkable job. Tremendous amount of respect around the league for the way that Eric Spoelstra goes about his business, the way he handled the title runs and all those personalities and those dynamics. He has been fantastic and will coach in Miami for as long as he wants to. The way he goes about it is pride, work, and respect for anybody that walks through those locker room doors.
Now Middleton after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Pass to Harrell. McGee with the block. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, sometimes it just takes an opportunity in the NBA, and Aaron Gordon has made the most of it. Since taking over that power forward role full-time, he has shown remarkable improvement. Plays with more confidence and aggression on offense and has transformed himself as a player.
Now here's Jones. Kuzminskis, no good.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but man, that's an easy shot.
Back to Rose. Outside for Curry. Kept alive. Curry on the wing. Now here's Rose. Back to Curry. Houston needs to get a shot off. The shot's good from McGee.
And another momentum shift. These teams going back and forth all night.
Yeah, which team's going to find some consistency first? Neither one can pull away.
Now here's Ennis. To the middle. Reverses. Back to Jones. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Curry's shot is good.
Oh, Steph Curry at his best right there.
And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Rockets lead by 5. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
Here's Thomas. And that one hits back iron.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
Here's Trier. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Thomas up top. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Don't want to be careless around Cauley Stein. That's when he rises up and blocks shots away.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Thomas, no luck.
And I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. A second chance effort. Ajinça with the bucket.
And that is one thing he does very well. His intensity on the glass helps lead to these high percentage putbacks for his team.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Brett, last season the league cut back on timeouts. Are you hearing any other ideas of how to reduce the duration of some of these games?
There was also the idea last year where they put it into place where right after the second quarter ended, they put you on a 15-minute clock in between halftime.
It started immediately.
And I thought that that was ideal. So if you're at a game and you get to see the dog jumping through the hula hoop.
Which you love.
I love it.
I know.
It's only going to last the 7 or 8 minutes before the teams come back out. And I thought last year that helped the game speed along. And I think they sped up last year, if I'm not wrong, Kevin, by about 3 minutes time.
I'm glad when you go out there and balance the dishes on your head. That's always been so fun to watch.
There's only one red panda, Kevin.
I know. Houston leading by 7. Here's Rose. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Rose has got 5.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Ennis. The tray. It's rebounded by Houston.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Rose, no good.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Down low. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Goes up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Just feel like Willie Cauley-Stein getting more comfortable the more time he's gotten in his young career and showing signs of being a passer.
Outside Thomas. Pass to Ajinça. Stolen by Rose. There's a whistle and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That is his first foul of the game. Rockets leading by 11. Rose in the post. Aminu with it. Now Rose. 5 points in the game. Pass to Trier. Clock at 4. Houston moving the ball around. Prince misses. The Heat trail by 11.
And looking at Prince's game, you know, he could be the ultimate complementary player. A good shooter, doesn't need a ton of touches, solid enough on defense, and is showing signs of improvement.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And with Prince, his versatility between forward spots also is an asset to the team.
And when I called Prince a complimentary player, I didn't mean it as a slight. It just plays with an approach and style that fits well with any team and any leading scorer. Players like him tend to have a long, productive career in our league.
No good that time. Great D that time from Redick. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And it's off from three-point range. To the paint. Trier, that's good. Trier's got 6 in the quarter. The Heat trail by 13. To the paint. Here's the teardrop. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Tobias Harris in his 8th season in the NBA and still just 26 years old.
Yeah, I mean, one season at Tennessee, and he has slowly but steadily improved each year. And, you know, he's gotten stronger, more consistent, with his long-range shooting, and he's found his calling as one of those prototype small ball fours.
Pass to Stein. Good work defensively by Conley. And the wide open shot from Redick. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Redick's got it back down to within single digits for the Heat. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
1:22 left here in the second. Here's Farrell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Clock at 6. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
A little tit-for-tat action going on the back-to-back trades.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship from range could force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further. And to give a ton of credit to the screener there, that was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Pass to Trier. .40 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And it's Harris with the ball for Miami. 9-point game. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. Pass to Trier. Down low. Paulie stopped. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. The Heat trail by 8. Offside Thomas. And he jams it with authority.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Yeah, they should bring out a big razor right now, Kevin. A great start, an aggressive move to show they're not going to lay down.
And so it's Houston, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll take a quick break, and then back to the action here. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And play stops, whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks.
And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it.
Now he's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
To the middle. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. LeVert's got 6 points. And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
Back to Curry. On deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Curry's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Pass to LeVert. Out to the right wing. 5 to shoot. Back to Harrell. The Heat need to get a shot off. They grab their own miss. Second shot opportunity. With 1 on the clock. And he banks in the layup. 10 points for him.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
The second effort. Rockets with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. The Heat trailed by 9. Harris outside. Back to Thomas. Stolen by McGee. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Curry can't get it to go.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, I think coaches right here are always talking about the extra pass. And a contested 3 is not your objective. One more, maybe.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Brent, we've got great dunkers now. You played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself, including yourself.
Too kind. Here's your money. Kevin, I think about those old, and we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top.
Yeah.
MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
Redick for 3. Aminu grabs the miss. Rockets leading by 9. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Prince misses.
Highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
Conley with it. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
There's a minute 34 left in the third. Stolen by Middleton. And oh, here we go. Conley, nobody back. Finished off the break. Conley's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Middleton right now seeing the floor and delivering the ball well to his teammates. Good at finding the open man.
Inside. Here's Cauley Stein. And the rejection by Ajinça. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
Really shocking he didn't take advantage of that golden opportunity there. He needs to be much better in that situation.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And the Heat call time here. Rockets leading by 5. .52 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Farrell. Got it. Good job in the low post.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Redick for 3.
And nothing fancy really about that play. That's just good old-fashioned hard-nosed basketball to get that one.
Here's Trier. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
A terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
The offensive rebound. And he comes up with the deuce. Agins has got his second bucket of the night.
This is where you got to put a body on the guy. His will is incredible down on the interior, fighting and clawing for every rebound. Well, maybe the length coming into play this time for Cauley-Stein as he's up and over the top of everyone.
It's been all about fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. With the second effort, Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Well, Cauley-Stein positioned himself early and then found the reward there as he collected the ball and threw it through.
Inside. Left side, Harris. Back to Harrell. Up and in on the layup.
This guy is looking for some life preservers. He needs more help. He's playing well, but his teammates have to pick up the slack here.
Here's Farrell. To the inside. Here's Trier. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Athleticism on display in that particular play as Cauley-Stein has some great mobility and drove in to get those points.
Conley into the lane. Pass to Harrell. Five on the clock. Top of the key, Harris. Over Aminu. Harris's shot is off. All alone. The slam dunk by Aminu.
Well, when he's running like that, hard to keep up with in transition. No one checks Aminu, and he makes the defense pay.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Here's Farrell. Got a piece of it. Pass to LeVert. And here is Harrell. Harris, right side. Middleton outside. Back to Harris. Here's LeVert. He's covered by Aminu. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Well, for Tobias Harris to take this step, getting away from scoring and finding teammates to become a more adept passer, that's good signs.
Timeout called, the Rockets. check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there, use the clock, and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
Yeah, I feel like the ball really isn't even getting anywhere close to the rim. It's all cotton right now.
Outside for Thomas. And Jones has it in the corner. Thomas surveying the D. Pass to Ennis. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Left side, Jones. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Back to Kuzminskis. To the inside. Thomas. Second chance shot. And makes it off the glass.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
Man, if you're going to grab it, grab that thing. He just lazily reaches out for that, and the result is it's deflected right off of his hand.
Left side, Jones. To the paint. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And now just a 5-point Rocket lead.
And you just can't draw that up any better. It's a pivotal moment in the game, and they go with the size mismatch for the lay.
They get it back. McGee. It's tipped. And he's able to get it back. And Miami has possession. Pass to Ajinça. Down low. Here is Thomas. And there's the call on James Ennis. That is his first foul of the game. Rockets leading by 7. And now we've got the intentional foul. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. And here's Rose. Pass to Curry. Now Miller. Back to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Off target from three-point range.
And at a certain point, there's just nothing more you can do.
Well, they're nearing that point right now. Everything would have to go perfectly just to give them a shot.
And it's Harrell missing.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Rockets.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Steph Curry.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
One thing that's quietly understated about Steph Curry is that competitive fire to keep pushing the envelope. Even though he's set these high marks and these high bars, he wants to see if he can eclipse some of the marks that he set in the early part of his career.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Good on both.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. I like the fact that he took his time at the line and simply did what he does, practice his routine and seal it.
And the call will be against Harris. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2.
At the line for the Rockets, Aaron
Good on the second free throw.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of it.
To the paint. To the middle. And he makes good on the layup.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.